Hello beautiful people. In today's video I want to share with you guys an update of how to cultivate water leaf. In my tribe we call it momoikong. So water leaf is a vegetable that is used in preparing some delicious soup and it's very nutritious. And one wonderful thing about this water leaf, it has so much health benefit. So stay with me while I get to show you guys a brief update of how to cultivate this wonderful leaf to make profits from it. So stay with me. So over here are the water leaves that are growing, they are coming up. So why this leaf is called water leaf is because it needs so much water and it does well during the rainy season. So in the southern part of Nigeria, we are basically located in the tropical rainforest. So we have so much of rain in this part of the country. So most times this leaf just grow naturally in our environment. So our forefathers started using this leaf to prepare soup. In the process, it became a vital leaf that people plant and make money from. So if you're a farmer living in the rural area or maybe outskirts of town and if you're a young person living outskirts of town or even within the urban settlements and you have some space where you can plant this is something that can be generating funds, income for you on a weekly basis. Yes, I say on a weekly basis. I know a lady that is making serious money from planting water leaf. In fact, this year she told me of how she was able to get a car by cultivating water leaves alone. So this is a wonderful crop. Right here I'm in my neighbor's farm, so I just want to use this farm as a farm illustration to show you guys how this is cultivated. These are water leaves that are already coming out, so this section is a little bit due for harvest. Maybe in the next 1 week they'll get to harvest this section. So let me show you guys how this stuff is being planted. So before you get to plant the water leaf, you need to prepare a ridge like what you're seeing here. This is a newly planted section. Look at it very well. I hope my camera. So you are seeing the leaves, they are the stems, they are looking like scrubs. Let me take a very close view. These are the stems. They are looking like scrubs. These ones we are planted like a week ago. So before you plant this thing, you need to make sure that you do a big ridge in this format. This ridge, from my observation is a 4 feet width ridge. So you need to make it at least minimum of 4 feet for the width, then make it as long as you can. But while you're preparing, you need to make sure that you have spaces by the side where a walkway path that one can walk around. Like here, this farmer did a walkway by the side. So this sections was planted like a week ago. Even this one too. This is another ridge. As you can see here, most of the leaves are springing up already. So these things grow really fast. Like these ones that have been planted a week ago, in the next 4 weeks, they will be fully blown up already. And in the next 6 weeks, they will be ready for harvest. So one wonderful thing about this water leaf, just like the name implies, water leaves, it needs lots of water. So if you're planting this during the dry season, you need to make sure that you have provision for irrigation, for watering, or have a means of watering them. Like this farm over here, my neighbor, what they do is that they pump water from their water pump they use at home and channel it into the farm. So I'll go to show you guys the water channel that they connected into this farm. So you can see here, these ones are about 2 weeks old already. You can see the leaves already springing out already. So one wonderful thing, like I said, about this stuff is that they grow fast. But after doing your ridge like what you see here, you need to mix it up with organic materials like the waste from poultry waste, animal waste, and basically. So those animal waste are organic manures that help this stuff to grow really fast. Because if you don't give them manure, there's evidence it does not grow well. And I will not advise anyone doing this water leaf farm to go and use fertilizers, because wrong application of fertilizers could kill the whole thing. And if you're using this organic manures, this animal waste, there's every tendency that the water leaves will do very well and it will taste more better when they are being prepared. Because one thing in this part of the country where we are is that our people like things that grow naturally. They like the organically grown stuff, because from there what they feel that it tastes better, and it's true. things that are being grown with organic materials tend to taste more better, you know. So you till the ground with this manure. After tilling the ground, they allow it for about some days before they now do the planting. So in a situation whereby you have already done planting and harvest several times, what they do is that they now do a spread of it after they harvest. They spread the manure on the surface. So while the manure is sinking into the ground, the water leaves will get to shoot up really quick. So it's very important for you to till this stuff with manure before planting. And whenever you do your harvest, you spread some manure on top of it again. It will help it to grow faster. Because like, okay, let me show you guys. Like over here, these ones, we are just, the manures we are just spread of recent. If you observe, you see this dry stuff here, these are the manure, these are the animal, this is from poultry waste. All these are from poultry waste. They were spread on this. So these ones were harvested a week ago, and after the harvest they had to now spray that manure on the surface, a thin layer spray on them, not too much, because if it's too much there's evidence that it will kill them. So and before you spread manure, no, most times these animal waste are being bagged. So you need to open them, spread them in a different surface for the heat to go out. So that that heat that comes with the manure will go out. Those ammonia heats will just go out. So over here, these are the ones that have been planted a week ago. And some of them are shooting up gradually. So these ones that you have really planted, it will take them 6 weeks and they'll start shooting up. Like these stems, you can get them in the markets. They are being sold in the flea market. So don't give yourself an excuse of not generating some level of income from your backyard or from that space that is just lying fallow in your close to your environment. If it's to rent, you rent, because these are crops that can grow quickly and you can be making some income on a regular, especially during the dry season. The dry season is the period when people that plant water leaves make so much money from, because at that time there's no natural rainfall, so people depend solely on irrigation and water they get from their water pump supply. And funny enough, in the south part of Nigeria, it's quite easy to drill a borehole. Yes, it's cheaper to drill a borehole in the south. So if you're able to drill a borehole that you can get access to water, that will be fine. But in the situation where you don't have that, I will encourage you to position your farm close to a stream where you can easily get water supply. You know, there's no excuse in making some level of income right now in this current day and age. In as much as you're exposed to internet, there's so much information that you can get and learn a skill or learn something that can generate income for you. Like these guys over here, they were planted 2 weeks ago. As you can see them, they are shooting up very well. In the next 4 weeks, these guys will be ready for harvest. You can see how well they are doing. See how well they are doing. They are coming up really nice. One amazing thing about these things is that they grow really fast and they don't need too much attention. What you just have to do after pouring the manure and while they are growing, you just pick the weeds. The weeds, you need to do hand picking of weeds, because if you want to use whole or any stuff, there's every time they say you pull it off. So once you observe the weeds, you hand pick them. So once you hand pick them and they shoot up to a certain level, there's every tendency that the weeds will not be able to overshadow them. So like this stage, you do hand picking of the weeds so that when the leaves spring up, the weeds cannot overshadow them, because at that point the leaves are already bigger. So guys, please subscribe to this channel if you are new to this channel. And if you like what you're seeing, you watching this file, I believe you like what you're seeing. So please just smash the like button to help grow this channel. And I'll encourage you to check out my other videos where you can learn other skills that I'll be posting in the coming weeks about different vegetables and plants that can be planted at home, that one can start making some regular turnover of cash. You know, even if you're doing a poultry farm, if you're doing a poultry farm as a poultry farmer, having these things planted in your environment will help generate some cash flow for you. Yes, because when you're running a poultry farm, your money comes in interval of 6 weeks, or let's say every 8 weeks. But you have stuff like this, they'll be giving you some regular flow of cash in between. What you just do, you just harvest and take it to the flea market and sell it off. That's the best way of getting to sell off this stuff. When you take it to the flea market, you get to sell them at a better rate. But if you call the buyers to come to the farm to come and harvest and they pay you and they pay you, there's every tendency that you not make reasonable amount of income. Because I can tell you for free from my experience of what this my neighbor here has been complaining. Whenever the people in the flea market comes to buy from them, they don't bargain them properly. So but when you harvest and take them to the flea market, because here in Nigeria we have lots of flea markets. Usually there are some markets that have a specific market day, and there are some markets that are open every day of the week. So what you just do, you harvest your product, go there to the market very early in the morning, and negotiate with the sellers there. So you're able to sell at a better rate there. And if you're lucky enough to have a contact with a restaurant owner that you can be selling and supplying for them, that's perfect. So there's no excuse for you to start raising some income on the side. Yes, a lot of people are complaining of the hardship currently happening in our country, Nigeria, because the level of inflation is really crazy. But then, if you have stuff like this that are giving you income on the side, my dear, you'll be cashing out. So, thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.